From the bowling capital of the world, America's #1 bowling show. Championship Bowling. From the Firestone Bowlerama, it's Championship Bowling. Hello, everybody. I'm Fred Wolf. Two more of our field of 24 of the world's greatest professional bowlers competing for a $70,000 prize fund. And we top it off with a tournament known as the World Series of Championship Bowling. We'll tell you more about that later. This week, it's Tommy Tuttle from King, North Carolina, against the veteran from Detroit, Buzz Fazio. And with us again this week, Big Bill Bonetto from Fresno, California.
Bonetto, yes.
Bonetta. Well, we can't say we have youth and veteran. We've got two boys that have been kicking it around for a while.
Two great performers, and I think even more important to the viewing audience is that they're great showmen. Tommy over there with the most infectious smile we've ever seen, and Buzz, of course, I expect him to be leading his own applause section over here, so I think we're in for quite a show, both bowling-wise and showmanship.
Well, you're right. If Fazio gets a double, he'll probably start running out of the building, so the boys will have to be on their toes. And Tommy didn't bring his rifle or his coonskin cap here this week, so I don't know what he's going to be hunting for. Let's bring him in here. Tommy Tuttle. Tommy?
How are you? Nice to see you, Fred.
Now, there's a big story about eating, which is important. So you bowl to eat. No, you used to hunt to eat.
That's right.
And you found hunting not too good down there in North Carolina, so
no, I didn't eat too often.
You didn't eat too often?
No.
So now you've gone to professional bowling and you're eating better?
Eating pretty good right now.
You still find time to hunt?
Yes, once in a while.
Well, you got a guy here that you can scout this week. He's pretty tough to run down. I don't know if you can get a beat on him or not. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the great performers over the years, Buzz Fazio, the buzzer. Buzzer, all right. Well, we get into this hunting thing. Are you going to be running from this fella? You don't want to don't let him get a beat on you.
Well, I hope he's, don't wish him any bad luck, but I hope he's chasing me.
You hope he's chasing you. He's going to be chasing you, but don't let him catch you, because that may be the end. He may get right past you.
That's for sure, and I'm sure that we're going to have a wonderful match.
Gentlemen, if you'll shake hands and come out of bowling, we'll get this one underway. Good luck to both of you. Ladies and gentlemen of Akron, Buzz Fazio and Tommy Tuttle. And we'll be ready for the first game in just a moment. The first game of 3, Championship Bowling from Akron, Ohio. It's Tommy Tuttle from King, North Carolina, who won the toss, electing to start on the left side. All games starting from the left. His opponent from Detroit, Buzz Fazio. First frame, first game, Tuttle. In that pocket leaves the 4-pin. Working with us as usual, Bill Bonetta. Bill, it should be a very interesting match, and taking these two styles, how do you compare one against the other?
Well, both the bowlers have what we call rolling balls. Buzz Fazio has a full roller. That means the track on the ball is between the thumb hole and the finger holes. Tommy Tuttle has the outside roller or semi-roller. But instead of lift and turn, they're both what we call rollers.
All right, Bill, we're going to have a chance to watch the 3 white dots here that Tommy Tuttle throws, and we may get into a bit of your pet theory on the amount of revolutions that ball makes before it hits the pins. We'll have to watch for that. Here's Buzz Fazio. Buzz actually born here in the Akron area, Altman, Ohio, back in 1907. A great performer. Too high, breaks it up, the 4-7. The little buzzer. And Bill, I'm sure you were well acquainted with this fellow when you were in Detroit.
Oh, yes. What a competitor he is. He's a bowler who's done quite well. It doesn't seem like he's ever been in a slump, Fred. I've known him for roughly 18 years. And he's always performed well.
4-7. So both boys with spares in the first frame. All competition moves from the right to the left. Each game is started on the left side, as we refer to lane 23 here at the Firestone Bowl-O-Rama. Then his opponent starts from right to left, and the competition continues that way through the 10th frame. The second game, of course, is started on the left. That means the opposite man starts the second game. We're in the second frame. Fazio reaching, leaving a solid 10. Looks like the 10 pin is still going to be with us.
It's what we call a quick wraparound. The 6 wraps around the 10. Mighty close, but there's the 10 pin.
Nice cover by Fazio. It's 19 spare as Tommy Tuttle, born in King, North Carolina in 1932. Filled in a factory league. He became so interested, he built an establishment of his own. Another 4-pin.
We'll be talking about those revolutions, Fred, because the 3 white dots enable us to count the revolutions, and I noticed that at that time he had about 11. Tommy gets between 10 and 11 revolutions, which means that for 10 revolutions, his ball is actually rolling about 23 feet and skidding 37.
Both boys with 2 spares, both with solid pocket hits. Tuttle losing the 4, Fazio losing the 10. These boys will be back making another appearance, meeting a different opponent. There's the strike. Beautiful ball. Tommy Tuttle. And the buzzer now. We'll have to match that one. You know, Bill, we were talking about Buzz being born right here in the Akron area. He was one of the great stars here in Akron. Started as a pin setter in 1930. Attended South Akron High School. There we are. Well, everybody is going along in a very consistent pattern. 1939 strike for each man. And now the chance for the first double of the match as the buzzer moves left. We have one spectator, Bill, here this week, Mrs. Bobby Fazio, and I know who she's rooting for.
Whatever she is.
Granddaddy Fazio. He does not get enough of the 7-pin. Got a piece of it. Didn't quite get enough of that pocket. There's the cover. And now it's Tuttle's turn to see if he can break the ice with the first double. Let's take a look at Tuttle in slow motion, Bill. There's the double. Beautiful ball. Wasn't much doubt about that one, Bill.
No, that ball, again, those counting revolutions has almost 12. They said the number of revolutions themselves do not determine the effectiveness of the ball, but they give you a pretty good indication of how that ball is performing. And also gives you what we call a path to the pocket.
One more, that's 3. So Tuttle getting into position for bonus money very early here in this match this week on Championship Bowling. Over $70,000 in prizes, and we top it off with Championship Bowling's World Series, when the top 2 scorers after 2 appearances will join Dick Weber, the All-Star champion, and Billy Hardwick, the Tournament of Champions winner. Fazio back with a strike. At the end of 5 in the first game, Tuttle is on 3. Fazio is on a single strike with 79 in the 4th. Solid. No mistake there. Well, this thing's shaping up as quite a battle. It's early, and they're really on the beam. Fazio might have had 4. Of course, he left that 10 pin in the second frame. Tuttle left 2 fours and then 3 strikes, so Tommy hasn't been out of the pocket. Better hurry that one. He got out there in bear country that time.
Yes, he did. That was out on the ice again, wasn't it? When you get out that far, it doesn't come back usually.
The 1-2-4-10. They call this one the washout. You notice Tommy's moved to the left side of the approach. Going to run that ball into the 1-2. Beautiful. And that seemed to be done rather easily and very confidently,
He
too.
made it look easy, but it wasn't that easy.
After that shot, let's see how he looks going to the line. Well, he goes up there just nice and easy. This fella, we could almost say that he's from the new school. He does it the easy way, really.
Yes, he learned how to do it without what we call cranking it. He's learned to roll the ball. That's the modern way to bowl. There's the cover.
So Buzz Fazio, the veteran campaigner from Detroit, on 2, would like this one. He is trailing in the first game. Tuttle with a triple. Lost pins with a 6-pin count. Fazio has only lost 1 pin. This strike actually would put him out in front. Doubt about that one. So the buzzer is on 3, and we go for bonus money here. If he can pick up 2 more. Tuttle, after 3, threw one out the window on the ice, as Bill says, on the grass. I notice the buzzer puts his fingers in the ball and just gives it a little swing there before he starts, then takes them out again. It's something new. I haven't seen him do this before. Careful. Way high, way high, way high. How sweet it is. Well, a big mistake. And he still picked up his strike.
That was a real big break, and I'm sure that Buzz will take advantage of it.
We're in the 8th. Tommy Tuttle throws. Boy, he didn't make the mistake that time. He got the 4-pin coming this way.
It's easy to see what makes his ball so effective, Fred. He's putting just about as much roll on that ball as humanly possible. We'd like to say about 12 revolutions maximum for a pro bowler, and Tommy's getting pretty close to between 11 and 12.
We're in the 9th. On a strike. Tuttle is back. This time doesn't kick out the 4-7. That was a big double for Tommy, as Fazio still sitting on 4 in a row, and bonus money coming up in the 9th for Fazio after that Brooklyn, or the Jersey. I suppose Dick Downey would call it a Brooklyn strike. But if you're in Brooklyn, it's a Jersey strike.
It's a Jersey, right?
The 4 and the 7, covered by Tuttle. So Fazio now moving in, and the buzzer would like to grind out 1 more for a $250 bonus, and he's still shooting at $259. Fazio out in front by 15 pins. He can add 10 more pins to that, and $250 with this strike. 4 pins stopped him. We've been looking at the 4-pin on the right side. Tuttle has had 2 of them. So after 4, Fazio leaves the 4. Tuttle had 3, unable to cash in with bonus money, and Fazio covers the spare. That hit didn't look too bad, Bill.
I don't know what he said, but it had something to do with 250, so he was thinking about that bonus.
We go into the 10th frame. Tuttle is 174 spare. Fazio 188 spare. The margin 14 pins. 7-pin, a lot of action. But something didn't reach the 7.
There's a pin laying in the channel there that should have done its job, but apparently it didn't.
to spare for Fazio in the 10th, a full count here. We'll give him 227 and a good start in a very close match on championship bowling from Akron, Ohio. Fred Wolf, along with Bill Bonetta, our statistician and one of our alternates, Sam Baca. Two, 6 on solid 10.
Very good game.
Tommy Tuttle in the 10th. He needs 2 strikes to stay within a couple of pins of his opponent. He's out. He's back. He kicks the 4. Now, that hit actually was higher, Bill, than the 4-pin that he left earlier in the 8th frame of this game.
Tommy's got a very good carrying ball. There's a good roll.
Well, it looks like we're going to have almost a dead heat. The count for 224, Fazio 226. A couple of great starts here by a couple of fellas that may be around for the World Series of Championship Bowling, which should be a great finish here in Akron, Ohio. Tommy Tuttle from King, North Carolina. There it is, 224. So it's 224 for Tuttle, 226 for Fazio, and it looks like we have a real good one going, Bill.
Oh, a real good one. Maybe the boys have something to say about that.
I want to ask the buzzer about that Brooklyn strike he picked up there in that string. Buzz, how many times do you get over there? Buzz, that Brooklyn strike, how many times do you get on that side?
First time this
Once
year.
every season. Well, Tommy, you did a nice job on that washout. 1, 2, 4,
Yeah,
10.
I let that ball get away from me. I got ahead of that ball.
You got
This
ahead
way.
of the ball.
That's right. It went this way. My hand did. Plus it's coming back.
Oh, he's entitled to one mistake, but that's it.
I want to ask a question on the 1, 2, 4. We noticed that you moved a little to the left side of the approach. Do you always do that? You don't play it from the right side?
No, I always move. I throw it down the middle.
You would recommend to move left.
Yeah.
Some of the boys seem to move a little right. You like it to the left. Well, you did it the right way. It was a very fine shot. So hold on, boys. You got 2 games to go. This is championship bowling. We'll be back for the second game here in Akron, Ohio, the home of Firestone. It's the second game of 3. Championship bowling from Akron, Ohio. Buzz Fazio from Detroit. Tommy Tuttle from King, North Carolina. Fazio, 226. Tuttle, 224. And the buzzer threw that one away. The 1, the 2, and the 4 seem to have a little... I'm trying to read his lips, Bill. I thought he said too fast.
I think his feet got ahead of his swing. We have a saying, Fred, that the feet will catch up to the swing, but the swing has a tough job catching up to the feet. So actually, his feet just move a little faster than he wanted them to.
That's the cover. The AMF Sparemaker indicating the ball to the left, or covering the 1 and the 2. The 4 takes care of itself, actually hitting all 3 pins with the ball. So Tommy Tuttle, who actually got 7 strikes to Fazio's 5, but is 2 pins behind. There's a good ball. That's 4 in a row for Tuttle over there on that side. He finished with 3 in the first game and starts off with 1 here in game number 2.
He got that ball up to the right a little bit more than usual, Fred, but looks like he strapped it pretty good.
He strapped it pretty good?
Oh, that's a new term some of the young fellows use to indicate lift or finger action. Sometimes you get the ball out a little further than you want, and you lift it. They call it strapping.
There's another one. Very noticeable on that shot, Bill. He seemed to move the ball much more. As you say, he strapped it on the right. Here on the left, he actually set that one a little bit.
There's a rolling ball.
The buzzer is back, but Tuttle is now out in front with his double. He trailed by 2. He's off with 2. The margin is 8 pins, and Tuttle is out in front for the the first time. Actually, Tommy took the lead on his three-bagger early in the first game, but Fazio caught him in the sixth frame and held the lead throughout the game. Another Brooklyn? It can't be. Well, that's two of them. An Akron special, they call that one.
That's the second time this year.
Second time this year, yes. Second time this week. Going for three. Look at that ball move. And the 7-pin is up there. Oh, he did some strapping with that one, Bill. He was out there and really brought it back. Deserved a better fate than that. He got a lot of action in the 7-pin. We're in the third frame of the second game. $1,000 to the winner, $500 to the runner-up. Talking of Tuttle, he said that he prefers hunting to bowling, but he likes to eat better than hunt, and he can buy more eats by bowling, so he bowls rather than hunt. And he won't be eating too much if he throws many more out there. The 1, 2, and the 8-pin.
Well, I'm sure he won't do that very often.
3 pins in count, of course, that may prove very valuable to his opponent. Counts are important. 1, 2, 8. Look out. He missed it. Now, there again, Tommy indicated that on the 1, 2, 4, 10, he played it from the left. I noticed he moved actually left on that shot. Let's take a look, Bill, at Buzz Fazio in slow motion. Here is style, ladies and gentlemen. Watch it. Fighter was fighting for that one, Bill. A nice kick on the 4. Getting their bonus money again.
That's what makes this a thrilling match. These two fellows are very colorful, very fine bowlers, and we can expect almost anything.
On 3. We're in the 5th, almost halfway. Big strike for the buzzer. There he goes. Come on back, Buzz. Well, I mentioned if he gets a couple, we may lose him, Bill.
Yes,
Well, he's on 4 now. He's going after that $250 again. See if
He may be out of camera range.
Kick the 4-pin. He's going to be on the same side for his 5th strike. A lot of great action by Tommy Tuttle. So at the end of 5 in the second game, we are halfway. Tuttle is 75 on a strike. Fazio has a spare and 4 strikes. We're in the 6th frame, second game. Tuttle wants the double. He's there. So he comes right back. After missing the head pin in the 4th, leaving the 1, 2, 8, and missing the spare, comes right back with the big double, and he needed that one because Fazio is now on 4 strikes. Dropped it. He dropped it and rolled over the thumb.
He left the 4-pin. A real thumper. Well, he left the 4-pin twice for bonus money, Fred. He has a full roller, and when it hits the thumb hole, that means he didn't transfer the weight over to the left side quickly enough. He might have tripped that had it been higher.
Well, that's twice that Fazio's had the 4, and twice he has left the 4-pin, and both times on the same lane on the right side. We go into the 7th, and that, of course, a break for Tuttle. The margin